Oh boy, I'm going to get a lot of backlash for this one. But sending kids back to a public school at this moment is the most stupidest, risky, unprotected idea I've ever heard in my life. Like, I get it. Kids need to have an education. I get it. But this is risking their lives, basically. Like, also, the anime school in the background, sorry, not sorry. But still, you're practically risking a kid's life if you're making kids go back to school during a global pandemic. A public school at that, a building. Online schooling is hard, but it's a safer route. Not to mention there's no vaccine ready yet. There's not one sign of a vaccine being ready. Not to mention this thing is also mutated. It's more contagious. And the death toll and the case toll have both spiked very, very quickly. They have both spiked, and they're still going up today. And this is only going to make it worse. Might as well say that people are trying to kill kids by giving them the coronavirus, because that's basically all this idea is. It's basically them saying they want to get rid of kids by giving them the COVID-19 virus. We were all joking how 2019 was a bad year and 2020 is going to be better, yet look how 2020 is going. We have a global pandemic, and we have stupid decisions being made like this one that's making the case toll and the death toll go up very rapidly. And this time the case toll could be anything. It could be teachers, it could be kids, and then there'll be a death toll going up. And again, it could be teachers or kids. And I get there is going to be social distancing, there is going to be masks being worn. And also, the other stupid thing about this, that they're thinking about having a group of kids. One group of kids comes, and they disinfect the school having a day off, and another group of kids comes. One day is not long enough to disinfect an entire school and make so those kids will go back, and they'll probably be safe. They won't most likely be safe, they'll probably be safe, but there's still a very, very big chance of them kids coming out testing positive for the virus. This is just a stupid idea that's gonna end up getting a good percentage of them kids being tested positive for COVID-19. We were all talking about how rioting at the moment was a bad idea because of how that's going to make a lot of people get the virus. This, on the other hand, is going to make kids get the virus, like a bunch of kids. They're going to come out tested positive with the coronavirus. Not to mention, this is a global pandemic. Global. It's worldwide. And more people are dying from it. Yet this time it's going to be a bunch of kids dying from it because they're literally wanting to send kids back to school, which is, at this moment, the most dangerous place to be during a global pandemic. Not to mention where I live, it's mandatory to wear a mask in a public place now. And if you're caught not wearing a mask in public, you will get a fine. I don't know if it's happening in other states, but I know it's happening here where I live at, and if you're caught not wearing a mask in public, you will get a fine. I think this should be a fine on its own. Like, if you're caught going to a school building, you'll get a fine. But no, they want to send kids back to school and make them get the coronavirus. There's literally better ideas. Like, sure, going back to school is an easier route, but it's also risky. You're risking your life out there, and you're risking other kids' lives too by sending them back to school to where they'll most likely get the virus. This is when the question needs to be asked. You want to risk a bunch of kids' lives and your life by going to a public school that is most likely the most dangerous place to get the virus? Or do you want to take the safer route and just keep doing online schooling? Because that's a better idea. Like, it's not that hard. We as people need to work together and stay safe. That means not going to public places and staying safe in the comfort of our homes, where we won't get the virus. Or staying close to family members and staying away from other people. Frig, like, even going to the park is a better idea at this point, because we're getting so many stupid ideas that's gonna risk more and more people's lives and end up with them getting the virus. Literally anything is a better idea at this point.